Hello students, today we will discuss the gateways to come over the barriers to communication. The gateways to come over the barriers to communication. As we have discussed in our last lecture that there are the barriers which we face at three levels: intrapersonal, interpersonal, organizational. So we face barriers at these three levels while talking to others. In our communication, we have lots of barriers, and like the first level at which is intrapersonal level. So to remove the barriers which we face at this level are: the first way, know your audience. Know your audience. Knowing your audience means you must know their education, their interest, their knowledge, their language, etc. So if you know your audience very well, there will be no wrong assumption, no wrong inference, and you can avoid from taking a wrong conclusion. So if you know your audience's education, their interest, their knowledge, their language, you can make fit your communication, your message according to their own understanding. Another way we can follow: have a wider perception. Have a wider perception. As we all know that we all are having a different IQ, different thinking, and we do everything differently. So it's very obvious that we all do the things very differently. So we must accept this fact to come over this barrier. So have a wider perception means we must see others, or we should see others as positive, not negatively. They can do differently, but they can't be wrong. Another way to enhance your communication skills, it is necessary to know the background of your audience. So you must enhance your communication skill. How you can enhance your communication skill? Just by learning proper speaking, learning new words, improving your listening part and everything. Now, interpersonal communication. Another level at which we face barriers is interpersonal level, means when we talk with others. When we are involved in a communication where there are more than 2 or 3. So, to avoid, be positive. Be positive means never take negatively others' information. Whatever you are getting through presentation, by reading, by listening, take it positively. Yes? Words we know but never use. There are also words we have read or have a vague idea about. So try shifting these words into the vocabulary that you are familiar with and use them. Number 2, dictionary and thesaurus. Dictionary and thesaurus means these are valuable tools. Use a dictionary to check the meaning of words. Make sure you can use it easily and confidently. A thesaurus will give you all the options to a word so that you can choose the best one for the occasion. Another way you can follow a wide choice or having a wider perception again. A wide choice. Remember, English gives you several choices of words for a single meaning. When you write, don't opt for the first word that comes to mind. Make an effort to think of the other words. So substitutions, use a thesaurus to help you in your work. Another thing you can do here, know your audience. Means, who is your audience? Who is your audience? You must know about your audience, that who is your audience. When speaking or writing, always keep your audience in mind. Communication is a two-way street. Use words that are in keeping with your audience's level of language skills and their knowledge of the subject. Means you must know that whether your audience is interested in your subject information or not. Then social setting. Fifth is social setting. Social setting means, do you have an informal or formal relationship with your audience? Words that suit one social setting could be disastrous in another and ruin your communication. However accurate your language may be, choose your style of speaking or writing according to the occasion. So you must know the occasion, that on which occasion you are going to present or you are going to communicate. And you always must avoid jargon. In interpersonal communication, these jargons just occurs as a barrier. Means, unless your target audience is in the know, jargon tends to put off people. Avoid it. Jargon means difficult words. Difficult words for audience. Any word may be a jargon which is unknown to your audience. Suppose there are few words which you know very well and your audience do not know it or does not know those words. So those words will be jargon for your audience. So never use difficult words which are unable to understand. And sentence construction. Sentence construction. Sentence construction. Learn how words work in sentences before you can start developing your vocabulary. This will greatly benefit you, especially in writing. Understand word structure. Understand word structure. Understand word structure means many words have common building blocks. Try to figure out how these work. Also try to understand how common prefixes and suffixes are used in constructing new words. And enjoy the language. Another level which you heard here, that is organizational level, at which we face certain barriers like too many transfer stations, information overload, inappropriate media, etc. Yes. So overall, we have some common ways to avoid these barriers, and a constant practice and rigorous implementation of the following ideas will help you become an excellent communicator. And the ways are: number one, create create an open communication environment. Create an open communication environment. Number two, always keep the receiver in mind. Receiver in mind. Number three, avoid having too many transfer stations. Avoid having too many transfer stations. And do not communicate when you are emotionally disturbed. Do not communicate when you are emotionally disturbed. Be aware of diversity in culture and language. Be aware of diversity in culture and language, etc. Use appropriate non-verbal cues. Use appropriate non-verbal cues. Select the most suitable medium. Select the most suitable medium. And always analyze the feedback. Okay, so one by one we will clarify these points to come over the barriers, and these are very effective ways to come over the barriers at all the levels. Like, create an open communication environment means feel free to communicate with others. We must develop such type of environment that all are feeling free to talk, yes, without hesitation or fear. And always keep the receiver in mind. It's very important to know that who is your receiver, who is your listener. Okay, what he want to get from you, what is the objective of your transferring of information. So both the sender and the receiver must be known to each other, so that there will be an easy flow of communication. Avoid having too many transfer stations. Never use more than one transfer station, means more than one media of transacting information. Because the number of mediums you will use, the number of times you will distort your information. Because every time you will add some new thing and every time you will reduce it. So never use many transfer stations for a single information. Do not communicate when you are emotionally disturbed. Never talk at the time when you are disturbed or when you are concentrated on some important topic, on some your personal problem. Yes, because it diverts you from your communication, from your objective. Be aware of diversity in culture and language. You must know the language of your receiver. Otherwise, he will not understand what you are giving to your receiver. So, to get 100% feedback, must use the language of the receiver. Use appropriate verbal or non-verbal cues. Non-verbal cues means the expressions, eye contact, your body language must be appropriately suited to the words. Select the most suitable medium. First, see which medium is suiting to your information and just use it. And analyze the feedback. When you will analyze the feedback, you will come to know that how effectively or easily you have given your information to your audience. Okay, students, this is all about